Hello children, welcome to AIMS India's online classes. So what did we learn in the previous classes? From the topic measurement, we've learned about length. How do we measure lengths using a scale or a ruler? And also we have learned how do we measure the lengths of long distances and short distances. We've learned how to convert meters into centimeters and also how to convert kilometers into meters. All these came under the topic of measuring the length. What was it? Measuring the length. In today's class, we are going to learn about how do we measure the mass. Mass is nothing but the weight of the given objects. What is mass here? Mass is nothing but the weight. Gram is the standard unit of mass in the metric system. Do you remember the metric system, children? It was the standard system which was introduced by the French people. Yes, children. Yes, so in this metric system, the standard unit that we use for measuring mass of the given objects is grams. It is nothing but grams and it is written as G. For meters, we've used the letter M to represent meters. In the same way for grams, it is written as G. Now again in the meters we had kilometers and centimeters. Kilometers was for larger distances. In the same way for grams we have kilogram. Kilogram is a bigger unit of mass and it is written as kg. See children, we have kilometers and then meters. In the same way we have kilograms and grams. Kilograms is represented by the letters kg and grams is represented by the letter g. Here kilometers is bigger than meters. In the same way kilograms are bigger than our grams. Different types of measuring instruments or machines are used to weigh different objects. Weigh means to find out the weight. To find out the weight of different objects, what do? We use different types of measuring instruments or machines. Now to find out the length of given objects, we used either a scale or ruler, or else we have learned that a measuring tape is also used to measure the length or distance. In the same way to weigh a given object, that is to find out the mass or weight, we have different instruments like this. You might have seen this if you go to a vegetable market, children, or to a grocery store, that is a kirana store. Yes, there we have this kind of, mostly these are used in vegetable markets, these type of balances. This is called as balance. Simple balance, this is called as pan balance. Yes, in this, in one we put the weight and in the other pan or in the other plate we put the vegetables or the objects that we want to weight. Yes children, when this weight is equal to the weight of the vegetables or the objects, then this will be balanced. It will be in a straight line. Okay, understood. What do we do in the balance? We put weight in one plate. Suppose if I want to buy 500 grams of apples. Yes, then in this pan I will put up 500 grams. We will have stones. Yes children, if you ever went to a vegetable market, you can observe that they will have some stones like this with the markings of 500 grams, 1 kg, 2 kg, 250 grams. So depending on that, now I want 500 grams. So I'll place 500 grams in this plate, and in the other plate what do I want? I want apples. So they'll place apples here. When both these plates are in a straight line like this, when they both are balanced, then it means that my weight of apples here is equal to 500 grams. Is equal to 500 grams. Understood children? So this is called as a simple object. Simple balance. And it is called, this one is called as a pan balance. This is called as pan balance. These are the names of the measuring instruments. Just like we have scale and measuring tape for measuring length, we have simple balance and pan balance. But these two balances can weigh objects only from 1 gram to 10 kilograms. If I have an object which weighs more than 10 kilograms, suppose if it weighs 15 kilograms, okay, I cannot use these two balances to weigh because their capacity, that means they can weigh up to only 10 kgs. If the weight of the object is more than 10 kgs, then we cannot weigh the object using our simple balance and our pan balance. We have, again, apart from those simple balance and pan balance, we have simple shop scale. This is the simple shop scale. Yes, these nowadays these are more common. Nowadays in the shops you can see these type of weighing machines or scales. They are also called as scales or weighing machines. Now this can be used to measure objects from 1 kg to 1 gram to 35 kilograms. It can handle the weight of the objects from 1 gram to 35 kilograms. And this one is the digital weighing machine, and it can be used to weigh the objects from 1 kilogram to 30 kilogram. 1 kilogram to 30 kilogram. And now this one here, as you can see, is called as a platform scale. What is it called as a children? It is called as platform scale. And this can be used to weigh objects from 1 kilogram to 1000 kilogram. See, from all the measuring instruments that we have seen, so simple balance, pan balance, simple shop scale and digital weighing scale and platform scale, this is the highest capacity. This has the highest weighing capacity. It can weigh objects from 1 kilogram to 1000 kilograms. So if you have any heavy weighing objects, you can use our platform scale to measure the weight of the object. Yes children, and these the remaining, that is simple shop scale, digital weighing machine, simple balance and pan balance, can be used to weigh the objects of smaller weights. Now when we measure the mass of an object, we weigh the object. Most of the shops these days use digital scale. The mass of the item is displayed on it once the item is kept on the pan of the machine. Now if what I said earlier, if you recall, in this balance, both the simple balance and pan balance work in the same way. What should we do? We should put the weight in one pan, and in the other pan we'll put the objects that we want to weigh. Yes, so we have to make sure that, or we have to balance these two plates so that the weight will be equal. Yes, but in case of digital weighing machine or digital scales, yes, nowadays many of the shops are using these digital scales. Why are they using these digital scales? Because these scales are easier to use. If you observe or if you recall from your shopping experiences, what happens children when we go to any supermarkets or again any grocery store? Yes, they will just place the objects on this scale. This is our scale here, or also weighing machine. This instrument is called as weighing scale or also a weighing machine. Now as soon as we put the objects onto the scale, the weight will be displayed here. Yes or no children? You can see in number, the numbers automatically appear. It tells us what is the exact mass or weight of the objects placed on the machine. It is very easy, right? Whereas in a balance, we have to first put the weight in one pan and then again put the number of item, put the objects in the other pan. Suppose if sometimes what happens sometimes is, see children, this is our balance, right? Now in this I am having weight and in this I am having objects. Sometimes this side, that is the side with the weight, goes up. That means I am having the weight of the objects is more. The weight of the objects is more. And sometimes this weight goes down. That means here the weight of the objects is less. Understood? So like this you have to balance. If it goes down, then you have to add a few more objects or few more apples to get the weight balanced. Now if this weight goes up, is this side of the pan goes up, then we have to remove some apples from the other plate so that the weight balances. So when we are using balances, it is a little bit difficult. We have to keep on adjusting the weight. But whereas using the digital scales, the measuring part becomes easy. We simply have to place the objects on the scale and the weight will be displayed on the screen. What is the conclusion, children, about the measurement of mass? It is that we use grams as the standard unit of measurement. We use kilograms for heavier objects. What is this? Kilogram is used to weigh heavier objects and gram is used to weigh lighter objects. Yes? Now coming to the conversion of grams into kilograms. Even in measurement of length, we have seen how to convert one unit of measurement into other. Yes or no? We have seen how to convert meters into centimeters, kilometers into meters, and so on. Here we are having two units. What are they? We are having grams and then we are having kilograms. We have to convert grams into kilograms. Wait a minute, children. Yes, grams into kilograms. Now what is the relationship between grams and kilograms? 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. What is the relationship? See, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Yes or no? Yes. So in the same way, 1 kilogram is also equal to 1000. Kilo means 1000. 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 grams. Now when we compare the grams and kilograms, which is the smaller unit, children? Grams is the smaller unit. We are converting into kilograms, which is a larger unit. Grams is a smaller unit which we are converting into kilograms, which is a larger unit. So when we are converting a smaller unit into a larger unit of measurement, do we divide or we multiply? We divide. Yes, we divide. What should we divide the given grams by? By 1000. 1 after 1, 3 zeros. We have to divide the grams by 1000 to convert it into kilograms. It is the same procedure that we follow to convert meters into kilometers. Just like to convert meters into kilometers, we divide the given meters by 1000. The quotient becomes the kilometers and the remainder becomes the meters. In the same way, when we have to convert grams into kilograms, we have to divide our grams by 1000 so that the resulting quotient will be our kilograms and the remainder will be grams. Is this clear, children? We should divide the given unit of grams by 1000 to convert it into kilograms. See, what is the relation? 1000 grams is equal to 1 kg. 1000 grams is equal to how much? 1 kg. Now 750 grams is equal to 3 by 4 kg. 500 grams is equal to 1 by 2 kg. 250 grams is equal to 1 by 4 kg. Now when you go to a shop, normally when we go for buying anything, we measure in grams and kilograms. Yes, when we are buying, the weight is measured in grams and kilograms. We say that we want 1 kg of wheat, or we say half kilo of rice, or we say 3/4 kg of sugar, or 1/4 kg of salt, something like that. Yes or no? So what is this 3/4, 1/4 and 1/2?
We have already dealt with 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. Now 1 by 2 of kg becomes how much, children? I said when we are using fractions and we are using the word of, it means we have to multiply 1 by 2 into 1 kg. What is the value of 1 kg here? 1000 grams. 1 by 2 into 1000 grams. Now how do we multiply a fraction and a whole number? What do we have? 1 by 2 into 1000 grams. So how do we multiply? We multiply the numerators. 1 into 1000 divided by the denominator. 1 into 1000 is equal to 1000 by 2. That means we have to divide our 1000 by 2. 2 5s are 10. When we subtract 0 is remaining, 0 brought down, 2 zeros are 0. When we subtract again 0 brought down, 2 zeros are 0. The remainder will be 0. So what is the quotient here? 500. 500 what? 500 grams. This 1000 is 1000 grams divided by 2. Yes or no? Yes. So 1000 grams divided by 2 is equal to 500 grams. What is it originally? 1 by 2 of 1 kg. That is half kg. Half of a kilo or 1 by 2 of 1 kilo is equal to 500 grams. So whenever your mother asks you to get half a kilo of sugar, it means that she is asking you to get how much, children? 500 grams of sugar. You have to remember this measurement. Whenever you have 500 grams, you have to write it as 1 by 2 kg. That is nothing but half kg. In the same way, 3 by 4. 3 by 4 kg is equal to 3 by 4 into 1000 grams. 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. Yes. Again multiplying the numerators. 3 into 1000 divided by 4. That is equal to 3000 divided by 4. Now when we divide 3000 divided by 4, we have 4 sevens are 28. When we subtract 2 is remaining, 0 brought down, 4 5s are 20. When we subtract 0 is remaining, 0 brought down, 4 zeros are 0. When we subtract 0 is the remainder. What is the answer, children? 750. And what is the unit of measurement? See here, 3 into 1000 grams is nothing but 3000 grams divided by 4. So the answer is also in grams. 3 by 4th of a kg. When we say 3 by 4th of a kg, we mean how much, children? 750 grams. Just in case if you don't remember that 3 by 4th of a kg equals 750 grams, you can do this calculation. 3 by 4 into 1000 grams. 3 by 4 into 1000 grams. Now when you do the calculation, you will get your answer as 750 grams. Understood? What are the two things that we have learned now? 3 by 4th of a kg is equal to 750 grams. Half kg is equal to 500 grams. Now coming to 1 by 4th of a kg. So 1 by 4 into 1000 grams. That is equal to 1 into 1000 grams divided by 4. That is equal to 1000 grams divided by 4. Now 1000 divided by 4 is equal to 4 2s are 8, 2 remaining, 0 brought down, 4 5s are 20, again 0 brought down, 4 zeros are 0. When we subtract, 0 is the remainder. So what is the answer here? What is the quotient? 250. And what will be the unit of measurement? Grams. So 1 by 4th of a kilo is equal to 250 grams. 1 by 4 kg is equal to 250 grams. So when you have 250 grams, you can say that it is 1 by 4 kg. What are the three important things here? 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. 3 by 4th kg is equal to how much? 750 grams. 1 by 2 of kg is equal to 500 grams. And 1 by 4 of kg is equal to 250 grams, children. These are the four measurements that you have to remember. Yes, 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams. 3 by 4th is 750. 1 by 2 is 500. And 1 by 4 is 250. In case you do not remember, just now I have shown you the way how we arrive at these numbers. We have to multiply the numbers by 1000 to get our grams. Yes, so in case you don't remember, you can use this method. But for easier calculations, it is better that you remember these values. See some conversions. 2000 grams is equal to 2000 grams is equal to how many kgs? Grams to kgs. Small to large. We have to divide by 1000. 2000 divided by 1000 is equal to 2. 1000 twos are 2000. So 2000 grams are equal to 2 kilograms. Next 1500 grams. 1500 grams is equal to how much? When we divide it by 1000, we have 1000 ones are 1000 and 500 is remaining. So that will be equal to 1 kg and this is 500 is remaining. 500 grams. 1 kg 500 grams. We already know what is 500 grams equal to 1 kg plus what is 500 grams is 1 by 2 kg. 1 kg plus 1 by 2 kg. When we combine, it will be 1 by 2 kg. Understood, children? As the units of measurement are same, we can club them together. We can add them together and get the sum. 1500 grams is equal to how much now? 1 by 2 kg. Next 2250 grams. Again, when we divide it by 1000, we have 1000 twos are 2000. When we subtract, 250 is remaining. So upon division, we got 2 kgs. The quotient would be kgs plus what is the remainder? 250 grams. Now we know what is 250 grams, right, children? 250 grams is 1 by 4th of a kg. So 2 kg plus 1 by 4 kg is equal to 2 1 by 4 kg. 2 plus 1 by 4 is equal to how much? 2 1 by 4th kg. So 2250 grams when expressed in terms of kilograms is equal to 2 1 by 4 kilograms. The last one, 4750 grams. Again, we have to divide it by 1000. Upon division, we get 1000. 4s are 4000. When we subtract, 750 is remaining. So what is the answer here? 4 kilograms plus 750 grams. 4 kilograms plus 750 grams. 750 grams is nothing but how much is it, children? 3 by 4th of a kg. It is 3 by 4th of a kilogram. So 4 plus 3 by 4 is equal to 4 3 by 4 and the unit of measurement is kg. 4750 grams is equal to 4 3 by 4 kilograms. What was this? This was conversion of grams into kilograms. Here we are having few conversions of kilograms into grams. Kilograms into grams. As we know, kilograms is a larger unit of measure and grams is a smaller unit of measurement. So here we are converting the larger unit into a smaller unit. That means we have to multiply. Multiply by 1000. We have to multiply by 1000. The first one is 4 kilograms. 4 kilograms is equal to 4 into 1000 grams, that is equal to 4000 grams. Clear, children? 4 kilograms is equal to 4 into 1000, that is nothing but 4000 kilograms. Next 3 1 by 2. 3 1 by 2 kilogram. This is a mixed fraction here. We can write it as 3 kilograms plus 1 by 2 kilogram. Now 3 kilograms is equal to how much? 3 into 1000 grams plus, if you want you can do it as like this, 1 by 2 into 1000 grams. So 3 into 1000 becomes 3000. 1 into 1000 becomes 1000 grams divided by 2, that is equal to 3000 grams divided by 500 grams. When we divide these two, we get our 500 grams. The final answer will be 3500 grams, children. Understood? 3 1 by 2 kilograms is equal to 3500 grams. 1 1 by 4 kg. This again is written as 1 kg plus 1 by 4 kg. So we already know 1 kg is equal to 1000 grams plus what is 1 by 4 kg? In the previous example, we multiplied 1 by 4 also by 1000. But instead of doing that, we already know that 1 by 4th of a kg is equal to 250 grams. Yes, right children? We already know that 1 by 4th of a kg is equal to 250 grams. So we can write it directly as well. Now 1000 plus 250 is equal to 1250 grams. 1 by 4 kg when expressed in grams is how much, children? 1250 grams. Now coming to the last one, 3 by 4 kg is equal to, again the whole number part and the fractional part we are separating. 5 kilograms plus 3 by 4 kilograms. So 5 into 1000. For the conversion of kilograms into grams, we need to multiply by 1000. 5 into 1000 is 5000 grams plus 3 into 1000 is 3000 grams divided by 4. Now 3000 divided by 4 equal to 4 7s are 28. 2 is remaining, 0 brought down, 4 5s are 20. 0 is remaining, 0 brought down, 4 zeros are 0. When we subtract, 0 is our remainder. So what is the answer here, children? Upon division, the quotient is 750 grams. The unit of measurement is gram. Now 5000 grams plus 750 grams is equal to 5750 grams. 5 3 by 4 kg. Let us erase this all here so that we'll keep only the question. What was the question? 5 3 by 4 kilograms is equal to 5750 kilograms. I hope this is clear, children. How to convert the units of measurement of mass. We have seen both the conversion of grams into kilograms and also kilograms into grams. Now here we are having a few exercise problems, children. Yes, we have to express in kilograms. Just now as we have done, it is given in grams. We have to express in kilograms. A smaller unit is to be expressed as a larger unit. So we have to divide by 1000. As 1000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram, we have to divide by 1000. So if we look at, say, example F, question F, 3750. We have to divide it by 1000. 1000 3s are 3000. When we subtract, 750 is remaining. So what will be the answer, children? 3 kilograms plus 750 grams. The remainder will be in grams. Now 3 kilograms plus, we already know that 750 grams is equal to how much? 1000 grams. Sorry, not 1000 grams. It is equal to 3 by 4 kilogram. So 3 kg plus 3 by 4 kg is equal to, we are adding the numbers, 3 by 4 kg. See 750, yes, 750 divided 750 grams is nothing but 3 by 4 kilogram. So the final answer becomes 3 by 4 kilogram. Question F, it is 3 by 4 kilogram. Now coming to expressing in terms of grams, children. Again let us take question G, 7 1/2 kilogram. So first we will split the whole number in the fractional part. 7 kg plus 1/2 kg. Now we are converting kilograms into grams. That means we have to multiply the kilograms by 1000. So 7 into 1000 becomes 7000 grams, plus 1/2 into 1000 becomes 1000 divided by 2. So 7000 grams plus 1000 by 2 is equal to how much? 2 5s are 10. When we subtract 0 is remaining, we bringing 2 zeros down. So when we subtract, again 0 will be our remainder. 500 grams. 1000 grams divided by 2 is equal to 500 grams. And when we add these two together, 7000 grams plus 500 grams is equal to 7500 grams. So the answer is 7500 grams, children. Yes, this is all about the measurement of mass and weight. We have learned how do we measure the mass of an object. We have learned about the different instruments available for measurement, and also we have learned how to convert or express grams in kilograms, and also how to express kilograms in grams. We'll end our today's class here. I hope today's class was clear.